has been the bedrock of the remarkable progress and sustainable development we have witnessed across the sectors of our economy and society. Honorable colleagues, this moment presents us with a unique opportunity to reflect on the journey so far and to gain profound insights of the strategic direction of our dear state. The State of the State address is not merely a formality. It is a critical instrument for charting our collective future, evaluating our past achievements, and identifying the areas that require more concerted efforts for the benefit of all Deltans. Your Excellency, with the honorable members of the Delta State House of Assembly, including the Deputy Speaker, the Majority Leader and Principal Officers and members of the Delta State House of Assembly, we assure you of our continued support and collaboration, our commitment to enacting progressive laws, performing diligent oversight functions, and ensuring effective representation remain sacrosanct. It is our expectation that your address will further galvanize our efforts towards building a more prosperous, secure, and equitable Delta State for the generations yet unborn. Once again, on behalf of the leadership and members of the House, I welcome you and members of your entourage to this hallowed chamber. Thank you, and God bless you. Any petition? Clerk, please come. You don't worry. I'll call you. No, not that. Any petition?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Statement by the Leader of the House?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Matter of urgent public, any matter of urgent public importance?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Any personal explanation?
None, Mr. Speaker.
I have just been informed that the Chief Judge of Delta State, Justice Teresa Diaye, is in the chamber. You're welcome, CJ. And then the former Minority Leader of the House of Representatives is also in the floor of the House. You're welcome. Distinguished Senator Iweta Amori, you're welcome. You're all welcome. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, the first order on the order paper is approval of the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 27th May 2025, vote number 59.
Please step down this particular item. Go to the next item.
Mr. Speaker, the second order on the order paper is motion of commendation on His Excellency, the Leader of the House, to move.
Leader of the House, please move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I am Honorable Engineer Emeka Emmanuel Nwobi, PhD, by the grace of God, the Leader of this Honorable House. Mr. Speaker, very distinguished colleagues, arising from the remarkable achievements of His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Orokwedo Oborowori, Governor of Delta State, and whereas the primary purpose of government, as enshrined in Section 14(2)(b) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, is the security and welfare of the people, which remains the sacred duty of every administration. Whereas His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Francis Oborowori, the Governor of Delta State, has within 2 years in office demonstrated exceptional commitment to this constitutional mandate through his transformational leadership, visionary policies, and people-oriented governance. Whereas Governor Oborowori, a true promise keeper, has recorded monumental achievements across critical sectors, including human capital development, education, healthcare, infrastructure, inter alia. Whereas His Excellency has prioritized the welfare of Deltans by introducing an innovative whistleblower system, enabling citizens to directly bring pressing issues to his attention, a testament to his open-door leadership and accountability. Whereas his passion for service, humility, and inclusive governance have strengthened public trust, fostered peace, and positioned Delta State on the path of sustainable development. Now, therefore, in recognition of his astounding performance, integrity, and dedication to the progress of Delta State, I move that this Honorable House do now commend His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Francis Oborowori, for his transformational leadership, strategic financial management, and uncommon commitment to human capital and infrastructural development across the state within 2 years of his administration. I beg to move.
Member presenting Isoko South 2.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I am Honorable Chief Ferguson Omo. I represent everyone in Isoko South Constituency 2. Mr. Speaker, with great joy in my heart, I rise to second the motion as ably moved by the Leader of the House. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Dear colleagues, I will not put this into debate or into the fact that today is a very special day. I'll only put the question straight. Those in favor of the motion as moved by the Leader of the House and seconded by the member representing Isoko South 2, that this Honorable House do now commend His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborowori, Governor of Delta State, for his transformational leadership, strategic financial management, and uncommon commitment to human capital and infrastructural development across the state within 2 years of his administration. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Dear colleagues, you will agree with me that His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborowori, Governor of our dear state, has done excellently well for his transformational leadership and strategic financial management. I must commend him just as the House has agreed to commend him. Your Excellency, thank you for the beautiful work you are doing for our dear state. Thank you and God bless you. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, the third order on the order paper is presentation of the state address by His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborowori, Governor of Delta State, the Leader of the House to move.
Leader of the House, please move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, very distinguished colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I move that His Excellency the Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, do now come to present the State of the State address. I so move.
Economist.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I am Honorable Marilyn Okowa-Daramola. I represent everyone in Ikano East. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Leader of the House. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion as moved by the Leader of the House and seconded by the member representing Ikano Northeast, that this Honorable House do now invite His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Orokweda Oborowori, Governor of our dear state, to present his State of the State address. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Your Excellency, may I invite you to kindly present your State of the State address.
Right Honorable Motimiku, Speaker of Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Ato Akowo, Deputy Speaker of Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Justice Tessie Daye, the Chief Judge of Delta State, principal members of the Delta State House of Assembly and members of the Delta State of Assembly here present, North City members of the Assembly, particularly the former presiding officers and deputy speakers, and other members, North City members of this Hallowed Chamber. Leaders and elders of our party, Right Honorable Undidi Melu, former minority leader, the House of Rep, Chief Ike Mukwafu, Chief Solomon Arenka. Let me especially recognize our party chairman of the APC, Chief Elder Omeni Sobutie, who is here in person. Other top government functionaries are here, good people of Delta State, gentlemen of this press, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the first State of the State address in the history of our dear state. This midterm report reflects the philosophy of the more agenda of this administration, which is driven by the core values of servant leadership, transparency, accountability, innovation, and excellence. Upon assumption of office on May 29, 2023, I presented the roadmap of growing the economy, maintaining fiscal responsibility, enabling a focused and efficient civil service, promoting investment, supporting social enterprises, and ensuring that the poor and vulnerable are major beneficiaries of our policies and programs. My duty here today is to report on the progress we have made and give an idea of what to expect in the remaining 2 years of this term. The most significant development in the national economy since May 29, 2023, when I assumed office, was the removal of fuel subsidy and the floating of the naira. Understandably, these two bold and necessary policy reforms have had far-reaching effects on the price of goods and services in the country. As a responsible and responsive government, it was exigent that we devoted extensive time and resources to mitigate the effects of of the inflation. It's therefore appropriate that I begin this report with the social investment programs that we have so far implemented. In the face of the prevailing economic challenges, we have remained deliberate, intentional, and proactive in providing a safety net for vulnerable groups through well-targeted social protection initiatives. A total of 266,737 people have been empowered through the following interventions. The Data Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus, the DCARES program, is a World Bank-supported economic stimulus package designed to provide support for poor and vulnerable persons in the state while ensuring economic resilience. Through the various platforms of the DCARES, a total of 247 people have been empowered with stipends, grants, and agricultural inputs. This is in addition to the release of 1 billion naira catapult funding for the Auda Nepad. This initiative empowered 2,000 farmers for food production, livestock, and aquaculture. We also distributed fertilizers for farmers across the 25 local governments area of the state in support of our drive to ensure food security. Women Empowerment and Skill Acquisition Program is a gender-responsive program that promotes inclusive growth by empowering women with skills and startup capital. I recently presented startup packs to 220 women trained in fashion and design, hairdressing, catering, decoration, event management, and make-up and guillotine. This gesture was also extended to 91 people with people living with disability who were trained in ICT, confectionaries, fashion and design, and leatherwork. Through the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community and Social Development, we trained and supported 2,000 women across LGAs in practical skills, mental health education, and entrepreneurship. More grant scheme. The scheme empowers micro and small-scale businesses and supports low-income earners in the face of economic hardship. We have provided direct financial support to 5,426 petty traders and small-scale business owners. BizUp program. Through the Job and Wealth Creation Bureau, we have supported 2,000 SMEs with funding and business support packages. These programs underscore our firm resolve to build a resilient and inclusive economic that uplifts the most vulnerable and promotes shared prosperity. Widows Welfare Scheme. This administration has our widows in mind, and we shall continue to do all within our power to make life easier and better for them. I've just approved the payment of 15,000 monthly stipends for 10,000 widows across the state throughout my tenure. This administration envisions a public sector that is highly motivated to help the government deliver on its state goals and objectives. Towards this end, several initiatives were undertaken by this administration to encourage professionalism, enhance welfare of civil servants, and improve productivity. They include, but not limited to, the following: resolution of outstanding promotion areas. The administration approved the settlement of promotion arrears owed to both serving and retired public servants. Over 5.5 billion was paid to 23,887 public servants, along with the reinstatement and remuneration of promotion arrears for 362 retired officers. My administration helped to secure approval of this honorable house for the local government councils to obtain a 40 billion loan to enable them to liquidate their backlog of pension liabilities for 6,406 retirees of the local government councils. Subsequent to the shock occasioned by the first subsidy removal, this administration paid the sum of 10,000 naira only as subsidy allowance to civil servants in the state for 3 months between August and October 2023. To also cushion the rising cost of transportation, the government introduced a rotational work arrangement where workers from salary grade levels 1 to 14 will run shifts, with the first batch working from Monday to Wednesday and the second batch from Thursday to Friday every week. To improve living standards, we have disbursed 316,950,000 to 80 public servants, demonstrating government commitment to the welfare of the workforce. Public Officers Vehicle Loan Scheme, addressing transportation challenge, 282,300,000 only has been allocated to 228 beneficiaries to acquire vehicles, reinforcing government commitment to the well-being and mobility of employees. Minimum wage. Delta State was one of the first states to implement a minimum wage of 77,500, surpassing the national benchmark. As a result, our monthly wage bill increased from 11,521,312,000 naira to 680 naira 49 kobo. You can see that our wage bill today has risen to almost 50.4 billion on monthly basis. In our this administration had 3 town hall hosted a historic dinner for senior management staff of the civil service. The first by a sitting governor, demonstrating commitment to engagement and recognition. In my inaugural speech, I pledged my commitment to the training and retraining of officers in the civil service as a yardstick for elevation to top management positions, and to encourage entry into the retention of the best brains in the public service. We have kept our word in this regard. Over 8,000 public servants have been trained, including 450 senior management staff who attended a comprehensive 7-weekend training program through collaborations with the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCOM, regarding a significant shift in leadership development. To promote better understanding of the MORE agenda, the government, in collaboration with Cyber Asset Management, organized a week-long Executive Council strategic section and retreat for commissioners and head of interministerial agencies from November 13th to 18-2023. Through this retreat, the strategic imperatives of the MORE agenda were distilled into deliverables that can be measured, tracked, and reported. The highlight of the retreat was the signing of a performance bond by the commissioners with the governor. This is to ensure that the commissioners stay focused on the deliverables that have been established, while aligning their programs and activities with the policy directions of the MORE agenda of this administration. Meanwhile, a performance feedback unit has been established in the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to track implementation of the established targets and timelines. The underlying rationale behind the performance feedback mechanism is to ensure objective and concrete basis to hold head of MDAs responsible for the performance of their various MDAs in the delivery of the MORE agenda policies and programs. This performance accountability framework is in pursuit of our overall goal to improve the living conditions of debtors and to enhance the environment for businesses and investment that create employment and grow the economy. Henceforth, all MDAs are required to prepare and submit accurate performance reports to the Performance Feedback Unit, which will process, vet, summarize the reports as performance scorecard for transmission to the governor through the Chief Economic Advisor. In this regard, the PFU has worked out and will soon transmit standard template, step-by-step procedure, training and documentation requirements to be complied with by MDAs in discharging their periodic performance reporting obligations. A core requirement of the process is that MDAs will designate their directors of planning, research and statistics, or equivalent officers as focal persons who will be trained on how to collate, organize, and communicate performance information and data from the various MDAs, departments, and units to the PFU. Therefore, all MDAs are directed to cooperate fully with the PFU by responding in a timely and cogent manner to the information and data requirements towards performance assessment and reporting. Recruitment drive. A total of 3,497 new teaching and non-teaching support staff were recruited by this administration to address manpower gaps across the state's 25 local government councils. Promotion interviews. Conduct of promotion interviews for over 2,193 officers underscores the administration's commitment to career progression and recognizes the potential within the workforce. Brand new vehicles were given to permanent secretaries, recognizing their pivotal roles and enhancing their operational efficiency. These notable accomplishments in the public service affirm the administration's unwavering resolve to build a robust, efficient, and professional civil service. We remain committed to sustaining these initiatives and continuously improving the lives and career of our civil servants. Road infrastructure. The development of road infrastructure is critical to building a stronger and more resilient economy. Aside from the generation of employment opportunities associated with the modern infrastructure development, also increases aggregate demand for the services of informal sector. This administration spared no efforts in meeting the needs of our people for good, serviceable roads to boost trade, commerce, and enhance rural-urban administration. A total of 431 road projects with a cumulative length of 2,595.56 kilometers are being constructed by this administration. Also under construction are drains with a combined length of 822.47 kilometers. These figures include projects undertaken by the Ministry of Works, Delta State Capital Development Agency, Warri Uwe Everon Development Agency, and Desopate. Out of these figures, 153 road projects were awarded by this administration, measuring 1,378.59 kilometers, with additional drains of 292.05 kilometers. So far, the following roads have been completed. Orubene Road, Section 8, Burutu Local Government. Remedial works for the failed approach to the bridge at Bedesega along Oro Bomadi Road, Bomadi Local Government. Construction of drainage channel from Owa Lero and its environ through Owa Alizomo and Owa Ofie, Ika North East. Network of roads in Abavo in Ika South. Flood control measures around Maduna College Road, Phase 1 and Phase 2 in Asaba, Oshimili South Local Government area. Rehabilitation, reconstruction of Asaba Ugbolu Road from Government House Gate to CBN Estate Junction, over 7 kilometer road. Okpanami Buzo Road from Benin Asaba Expressway by Okpanami Junction to Buzo Asaba Road in Oshimili, North Local Government. Construction of final phase of Marine Road, Patani Local Government. Emevo Urogbo, Urogun Road, Phase 1, Isoko North Local Government area. And Okolo Ewen, Uwenu Town, Phase 2, Isoko South Local Government area. And Ute Enugu Road, Ika North East Local Government area. Equally significant is the completion of 5 bridges out of the 17 bridges under construction. The completed bridges are the twin Ubu Bridge on Ugele Asaba Expressway, Ishagu Ewulu Bridge, Anosha South Local Government, Kwale Beneku Bridge that link Udokwa West and Udokwa East Local Government areas, and one of the bridges on the Trans-Warri Ode Shekri roads and bridges. Meanwhile, as part of our second year anniversary celebration, 42 road projects has been marked for commissioning. They are as follows. Construction of Ishagu Ewulu Road, Phase 1. Ugele Asaba Express Junction from Ishagu to Ewulu, Anyosha South. Completion of the dualization of Ugele Asaba roads sector C1 and C2, 46 kilometer road that covers Anyosha South, Oshimili North, Oshimili South, and Undokwa East. Rehabilitation and asphalt overlay of Marere Street, Boji Agbo, Ika South. Construction of Kwale Beneku Bridge and approach, Undokwa West and Undokwa East. Construction of Ororo, Chester and Benjamin Oselegbaje Road in Saple. Construction of roads around Otowodo Junction, Ugeli. Maintenance, rehabilitation, reconstruction, and construction of roads in Efru and Ikpam. Construction of failed section of Central Hospital Road and rehabilitation of the link road between the hospital and police Command, Warri. Rehabilitation of General Hospital Road with a spur to Police Command Road from Warri Sapele Road to Ajamimoga Mabiaku Link Road, Warri. Rehabilitation of a CC Road from Warri Sapele Road to Estate Roundabout with a spur to Nana College Road to link Ajamimoga Road, Warri. Reconstruction of Upper and Lower Erijua Road in Warri. Construction of internal roads in Kokori, Etiop East. Construction of Moody Beach Street in Abraka. Construction of Urabasa Uri Abraka Road. Construction of Itoma Road, Umege, Umiagwa. Reconstruction, asphalt overlay of General Hospital Road in Ugara, Tan, Etiop West Local Government Area. Construction of Idumu Etiti Street with a spur to Market Road, Owere Olubo, Ika North East Local Government Area. Construction of Mission Road, Ogboy Street with a spur to Guachuku Road, Akumazi, Ika North East Local Government. Completion of Boji Owa, Tolupo, Old Road, in Ika North East Local Government Area. Construction of Road in Elu Town in Isoko North Local Government Area. Construction of Okpolo Enwen, Wenu Road, Phase 3, Isoko South Local Government Area. Construction of Okpolo Enwen, Wenu Road, Isoko South Local Government Area. Construction of Obi Ibabu Road at Onisha Okwari in Ndokwa West Local Government Area. Construction of Ohoro Ure Adagwasa Gulu Quality Road in Okwe Local Government. Construction of Esezi Road, Ururukwe. Rehabilitation and asphalt overlay of Oka Ovili Agbaru Urido Road in Ugele North Local Government Area. Rehabilitation and overlay of Old Okwanam Road from Post Office Junction through St. Michael's Catholic Church, roundabout to Okwanam. Bypass Junction, Okwanam in Oshibli, North Local Government. Construction of access and internal road at headquarters of 3 Brigade, Nigerian Army, Buzo. Construction of Ishe, James Obodeshi Avenue, Chikozie Okafor Road in Oshimile South Local Government Area. Rehabilitation, asphalt overlay of Okrigwe Benin Road from Sapele Warri Road to Gamo Bridge in Okrigwe, Sapele. Construction of Arawanya Avenue, DSC Township, Udu. Construction of Dudege Road, Phase 1 from Ekubo Junction off Ugele Patani Expressway in Ugele North. Construction of Owoderemo Avenue in Erovi, Ogo, off Ugele Asaba Expressway in Ugele North Local Government Area. Construction of Ofegbe Street, Amai, Ukwani, Local Government Area. Rehabilitation, remedial work on Old Umutu Eku Road through Abraka in Ukwani and Etiop East Local Government areas. Construction of Township Road in Ogbibiri and Ogbudu communities and Slipway in Warri North Local Government area. Construction of Jagbene Community Road, Warri Southwest Local Government area. Construction of internal roads and drains in Kurutietan, Phase 2 in Warri Southwest Local Government area. The projects are very many. I can't mention all of them here. But you know, in your various constituency, you can see them. You can see, that's why you see a lot of acceptance today. This administration is a flagship project. We have 3 flagship projects, which is the Warri, the Warri flyover, Warri and Uye flyover, being constructed by Julius Berger. And by the grace of God, that project will be commissioned by the first quarter of 2026. Other mega projects that are at different stages of completion include, but not limited to the following: Trans-Warri Ode-Shekiri Bridge and access road. I was there few weeks ago. That project was awarded 2006, and for 19 years, almost 19 years. And the contractor, we have paid them all their money, and they assure us by next year that project will be completed by the grace of God. and that project is very dear to the Shekri people. Dualization of Ugele-Asaba Road, Sector A, 43.5 kilometer, 95% completed. We are hoping that by second week of next month, that project will be completed. Construction of Orere Bridge with access road and spur in Orere Town, Ugele South Local Government. The job is also ongoing. Construction of Ayakoromo Bridge across River Focados at Yakoromo, Bautu Local Government. That project is on a really top gear. Construction of access road to Asaba Waterfront, Asaba. Construction of Odowori Secondary School Road, Patani. Construction of flood control measure on Summit Road, Asaba. Construction of flood control measure from Erikeze Avenue Junction through Obi, Enuma, and Uromi Road to Urogodo River, Ika, South Local Government. Construction of Emevo Road, Urogu Road, Phase 2 is ongoing. Stormwater management and control measures in Osubi, Upper Local Government. Flood control measures for Efun Wari and Evaro. Phase 3 of that project is ongoing. Phase 1 has been completed. Phase 3 is almost near completion. This is Phase 3. Construction of the Okulolo Oviri Road in Okwe. Reconstruction and rehabilitation of road in Saple. Rehabilitation, construction of Kwitolo Kobia Road, Aragba, with a spur to Ukogime, Phase 2. Construction of Amai, Aragba Road, Ukwali Local Government. Construction of Inam Abasi Access Road, Dukwa West Local Government. Construction of Uta Uno Dimili Road, Dukwa West Local Government. Construction of Eweshi Utaguno Road, Dukwa West Local Government. Construction of Okerekoko, Tepeama Jagbene Road, Wari Southwest Local Government. Rehabilitation of Udimodi Okuntu Gulaha Road, Rutu Local Government. Rehabilitation of Ohoro Bomadi Bagilo Road, Bomadi Local Government. And construction of Benekuku Township Road, Phase 2, Wari Southwest Local Government. These projects, like I said, there are a lot, but we can't mention all of them here. As I noted during the presentation of 2025 budget proposal, education is a critical component of our state's development. And this administration is committed to ensuring that every citizen has access to quality and affordable education. Quality functional education is a key driver of economic growth and provides a solid foundation for personal success. Products of a well-rounded educational system generate ideas to drive society developmental aspirations and chart its future course. Hence, we continue to invest in our educational institutions to upgrade school infrastructure, promote teaching excellence and professional development while fostering innovation. With over 1,149 primary schools and 489 secondary schools, the government faces the peculiar task of ensuring a conducive atmosphere for learning in our public schools through provision of adequate and appropriate infrastructure. This is not an easy task to achieve in view of the competing needs from other sectors of the economy. Notwithstanding, we have made appreciable progress in the last 2 years. I'm happy to report that we paid the share of the 2024 catapult funding for Superb, which amounted to 3,544,642,584 naira 46 kobo only. We have also constructed 206 classrooms and renovated 957 public primary and secondary schools in the period under review. Furthermore, we supplied 23,804 students furniture, as well as 570 teachers furniture. Tertiary education. Our tertiary educational institutions continue to operate uninterrupted because they have been getting the necessary support and funding from the government. The three universities at Ozoro, Agbo, and Asaba are not only family, but some of the we are the only state in Nigeria that operates 4 state universities, and we are doing very well. At the Denis Osadebe University, Anwine, Asaba, we completed and commissioned the following: administrative building, 5-seater auditorium, 250-seater lecture theater, university gatehouse, access road in the campus, and Faculty of Agriculture complex. Similarly, at the Southern Delta University, Uzoro, formerly Delta State University of Science and Technology, Uzoro, we completed and commissioned the ultra-modern administrative building, which includes the Vice Chancellor's Lodge and the Faculty of Engineering. One notable development during the period under review is the conversion of the Modern Technical College, Yorokwe, to a campus of Southern Delta University, Uzoro. Massive project work is ongoing to upgrade the facilities on the campus to align with its new status. The Yorokwe campus is expected to commence academic section later this year, and we house the faculties of management science, social science, and arts. Meanwhile, the main campus at Uzoro is home to faculties of engineering, science, medicine, nursing, computing, and mass communication. I am happy to announce that the construction of the College of Medical Science building at Uzoro has been completed. Other achievements recorded by this administration include, but not limited to, the following: reactivation, work, construction of water circulation network, Delta State Polytechnic, Gwashuku, landscaping of the Faculty of Science building at Delta State, successful accreditation of courses at University of Delta, Agbo, Delta Denis Osadebe University, Asaba, Southern Delta University, Uzoro, Delta State Polytechnic, Utefiugara, Delta State Polytechnic, Ogwashuku, Delta State Maritime Polytechnic, Burutu, Delta State College of Education, Wari, and Delta State College of Education, Mosuga. They are all been accredited, fully accredited. Recruitment of 621 teaching and non-teaching staff into the following tertiary institutions. Recently, we did the employment of teaching and non-teaching staff. Delta State University, Abraka, 100. University of Delta, Agbo, 140. Denis Osadebe University, 140. Delta State Polytechnic, Gwashuku, 55. Southern Delta University, 75. Delta State College of Education, Mosuga, 81. Delta State Maritime Polytechnic, Burutu, 30. Payment of disparity in the implementation of the approved 215 schemes and condition of service to the staff of Delta State Maritime Polytechnic, Burutu. Payment of 35% and 25% salary increment for staff of the tertiary institutions with 3 months arrears done. Completion of Faculty of Science building at Delta State University, Abraka. Meanwhile, the government has awarded contracts for the following projects. Construction of phase 2 of the external infrastructure development at Southern Delta University. Construction of faculty building B and C at the Southern Delta University, Orokwe campus. Construction of phase 1 of the external infrastructure development, some filling at Southern Delta University, Orokwe. Construction of extension building for laboratories and mortuary for the College of Medical Science, Southern Delta University, Ozoro. Students Assistance Program. In line with the second pillar of the MORE agenda, which is opportunities for all, this administration is committed to making life easier for our students. Toward this end, we have made the following interventions. Payment of $713 million for the state government student bursary scheme to 32,028 beneficiaries in public and private tertiary institutions across Nigeria for the 2023-2024 academic section. Bursary award of $674 million to 30,116 beneficiaries in the 2022-2023 academic section. Scholarship to children of diseased civil servants and fiscal challenge students has been paid. Scholarship to children of diseased civil servants and fiscally challenged students has also been paid. This administration also introduced a law school financial assistance scheme to ease the financial burden of students of Delta State origin in the 7 Nigerian law schools across the country. For the 2022-2023 academic section, money has been paid to them. All their money has been paid. For the 2023-2024 academic section, we have also approved the payment for them. Rural development, urban and rural water supply. As you are aware, the federal government declared a state of emergency in Nigeria water, sanitation, and hygiene sector in 2018. Towards the implementation of the state of emergency, the e-Watch program was launched in the state in May 2019 to expand and improve water supply services in the state. The effective implementation of the watch ensures compliance with the Sustainable Development Goals 6.2, which seeks to ensure access to sustainable and safety management watch services by 2030. Towards this end, I approve the creation of water, sanitation, and hygiene departments in the 25 local government areas of the state. We have also paid $600 million to the SDG office to enable it carry out its functions. A healthy population is a productive one, an essential factor in human capital development. We have maintained our leading position in the provision of health insurance. As at May 26, which is 2 days ago, May 26, 2025, the total numbers of enrollees stood at 2,615,491, broken down as follows. Equity enrollees, 2,115,518. Former enrollees, 362,932. Informal enrollees, 75,573. Inactive enrollees, 61,468. On health insurance, this administration acquired 8 dialysis machines. 3 of these machines were to our specialist hospital, which before now did not have a dialysis unit. Central Hospital Warri received 3 machines, while the remaining 2 machines went to Delta State University Teaching Hospital, Ugara. We also purchased 2 new CT scans, 1 each for Central Hospital Warri and Desut Ugara. The administration procured 25 4D ultrasound scan machines for each of the 25 local government areas. This will help to improve the maternal and under 5 indices in the state. I am proud to announce the establishment and completion of the College of Health Technology, Uvrude, Isoko North Local Government Area. Before now, the only existing school of health technology in the state was at Ufoma, Uile North Local Government Area. The new college at Uvrude, which is to be commissioned soon, will help to address the shortage of middle-level health workers, especially in our primary health centers. Let me also inform this honorable House that this administration has just completed 24 units of 2-bedroom apartments to ameliorate the accommodation problems faced by the resident doctors at Desut. Other completed projects in the health sector include the construction of a prototype 100 capacity 2 classroom blocks at College of Nursing, Eku, Sapele, and Asaba, as well as the supply of state-of-the-state equipment to the General Hospital Uzoro. Ongoing projects in the health sector include, but not limited to, renovation of 150 primary health centers evenly spread across the state. The project, which are at advanced stages, include the construction of 2-bedroom staff quarters and complete renovation of the PHC buildings. Establishment of Osibi Specialist Hospital, Okwe. Construction of state-of-the-art auditorium at College of Health Technology, Ufoma. Construction of Primary Health Center, Ukwama. Housing. Among several ongoing projects in the housing sector, I'm pleased to announce the completion of the following projects. 8 4-bedroom duplex at the commissioner quarters. When I came in, we find out that we have only 22 duplexes for commissioners. We have 30 commissioners, and they were all staying, some of the 8 of them were staying outside. We decided to construct this one. That has been completed, ready for commissioning. I also asked them to also resurface the road. If you go there now, it's looking very good. 30 units of 1-bedroom flats at 181 Battalion of the Nigerian Army. Agbo. You know, like what I was saying, we also, outside this one, we are doing a lot for the security. Like I said initially, we tied a road to their new 3 Brigade, their new headquarters. We have done that. Then 2-bedroom duplex in the customary Court of Appeal, Judges' quarters. 4-bedroom duplex with 2-room staff quarters at the Directorate of State Security Services. The Isoko Development Union Shopping Mall, Ole. We are also doing work there. Additional work at Isoko Development Union Shopping Mall. Completion of the new State High Court complex. Provision of modern internet facility and other accessories for e-filing in the new High Court complex. Local government administration. In line with this administration's beliefs in a free, fair, and transparent, credible democratic process, local government elections were held across 25 local government areas in the state. On the July 13, 2024. The outcome of that election was a strong vote of confidence in our administration. The elected chairmen and their deputies were sworn in sworn into office on Monday, July 15, 2024. Reports I have received so far indicates that many of the local government chairmen are performing up to par. This means that our communities are enjoying the benefit of local government autonomy. The Supreme Court's ruling that validated the autonomy of local government councils was well received by this administration because, as you know, this noble house was the forefront of the autonomy of the legislature, judiciary, and local government council. When I was a presiding officer here, you know, I presided here for over 6 years. The biggest security challenge this administration faced was the Okama crisis that resulted in the death of 4 officers and 30 soldiers of the Nigerian Army. I will tell you, when this thing happened, we were afraid. But God intervened, and we were able to restore peace. In a situation where 4 officers were killed and 13 soldiers were also killed, murdered, and we were able to resolve it. It's only by God. Through the combination of dialogue, strategy, and wisdom, the situation was brought under control, and peace was restored to the area. Today, the rebuilding of the community is in full swing. Some security challenges persist, but in partnership with the security agencies, this administration is determined to reduce incidents of armed robbery, kidnapping, and other forms of violent crime to the barest minimum. To assist with the logistics and operation, this administration donated vehicles to the security agencies, including the Operation Suite, where the IG came to commission those vehicles, and they are helping us. The issue about security is not something you just bring out to the public. There are a lot of things we've achieved. A lot of people have been arrested, a lot of kidnapping, a lot of arms have been recovered, but not to hinder the investigation. With the new policy of the police these days, they don't like showcasing those things. I assure all debtors and residents in the state that the security agencies are on high alert and are responding appropriately to threats to our collective security and safety. In the oil and gas sector, Delta State remains a haven for international oil communities, marginal fields operations, and ancillary businesses. As a matter of fact, Delta State was adjudged the safest state for oil and gas investment in Nigeria in 2024 at the award ceremony sponsored by the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Abuja. Notable achievements recorded in the oil and gas sector include, but not limited to, the following: the swift aversion of intended shutdown of Otumara flow station in Omel 43, operated by SPDC in Warri, Southwest Local Government area. Over Petroleum Industrial Act, fallout which would have cost Delta State 20,000 barrels per day of its production quota. Successful resolution of 10 years ownership dispute and claim to well 9 Ogwe Feed in Umel 30, operated by Heritage Operational Services Limited, between Otogwe and Olomoro communities in Isoko South and Isoko North local government areas of the state. Swift resolution of a near crisis between Uzole community in Isoko South local government area and Heritage Energy Operational Services Limited over independent power plant projects. The government also successfully brokered a free gas supply arrangement by Heritage Energy Operational Services to the plant for the next 2 years on completion. Stability in petroleum products supply chain in Delta State, with the swift resolution of a dispute within the Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union. Also, instrumental to the peaceful institution of the PTDU Nupeng leadership in Delta State. The government successfully midwifed engagement to allow for the drilling of Kure Well 2 in Kure Field, Makaraba Field area, operated by SHN Energy Limited, which is near completion. Resolution of over 10 years industrial dispute involving Udu Ugele South and Ugele North Umel 34 Host Community Workers Association and MPDC ND Western. Our intervention brought about almost 100% increase in the salaries and welfare packages of the host community staff. Resolution of Umel 26 AMT operated pipeline surveillance dispute involving Jeruvie Nigeria Limited, Uzoro Monarch, and the Ikpide family of Uzoro Kingdom in Isoko North Local Government. Resolution of the PIA implementation logjam between Egbema and Chevron Nigeria Limited. The government facilitated the successful setting up of a host community development trust to promote peace and harmony among all stakeholders. The government successfully facilitated the implementation of the PIA setting up of the HCDT of Umel 147 cluster operated by Pan Ocean Nigeria Limited. The above achievements do not include several communal and boundary disputes and chieftaincy tussles that were resolved by this administration. Let me emphasize once again that security is everyone's business. The reason I keep repeating this point is because it is the truth. Our dream of a safe and secure Delta is possible when each resident in the state accepts his responsibility for our collective security. Hence, if you see or hear something that could potentially breach peace and threaten peaceful coexistence, you are obligated to report to the relevant authorities. Years reinstating here that no meaningful development can take place in the absence of peace. That is why in my more agenda, I have said that we are going to enhance peace and security. And we are doing our best. And you can see that today, you can drive around Asaba, around everywhere. So security issue is a challenge everywhere globally. But in Delta State, we are doing very well. Before now, you see people shooting guns up and down, even in Nepal. Today, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. We cannot allow that. In my inaugural speech, I promised that physical stabilization and reform policies of the last administration will be stepped up to enhance accountability, control public spending, and streamline resource allocation for efficient and timely project delivery. The turbulence arising from the bold economic reforms of the federal government was a new set of economic challenges that taxed our resourcefulness, adaptability, and ingenuity. With rising costs of governance amid public expectations for faster results and accelerated development, we needed to be proactive and creative in our approach and governance. The operating economic environment demanded the highest level of fiscal responsibility and the need to keep expenditure within revenue limits. We embarked on cost-cutting measures and undertook frequent supervision of projects to drive compliance to standards and get value for money. These actions resulted in significant savings and improved outcomes. Today, I am proud to announce that we have not borrowed a dime from any bank. And I believe throughout this year we will still not borrow. Indeed, with physical discipline, we would not have been able to accomplish the much we have done in the last 2 years. IGRO, internally generated revenue. Our internal generated revenue has been impressive growth over the last 24 months. As of January 2023, the projected IGRO was 83 billion. By December 2024, actual receipts has risen to approximately 158 billion, which translates to a 90.04% increase. For 2025, we project the figure will reach 165 billion. It is worthy of note that we achieved this growth without additional tax burdens on Deltans. In line with our pro-people governance approach, we have ensured that personal tax liabilities remain unchanged. This is because of my administration's resolve to insulate Deltans as much as possible from the prevailing economic realities. Key drivers of this growth in our IGR include the state conducive business environment, which is supported by our peace-building efforts and impactful infrastructure projects that have boosted public confidence and tax compliance. The professionalism, resourcefulness, and diligence of staff of the Delta State Internal Revenue Service in plugging leakages and improving revenue systems. Deliberate expansion of the tax net, especially within the informal sector, which is now yielding sustainable returns. Debt servicing. At the session of this administration, the state debt stock stood at 465.3 billion. As of December 31st, 2024, the figure has reduced to 249.2 billion, showing a reduction of 216.1 billion or 46.4%. I remain committed to sustaining this trajectory of aggressive debt reduction to free up resources for developmental priorities and reduce the cost of debt servicing. Kwale Cocoa Free Trade Zone. The Kwale Cocoa Free Trade Zone, established by the previous administration, is being revitalized to serve as a key investment anchor. Currently, 6 companies are operating within the zone, with more expressing interest. To reaffirm our commitment, I have approved the payment for the renewal of the zone's annual licensing fee and associated charges to the Central Bank of Nigeria. This ensures our compliance with regulatory obligations and restores critical privilege for tenants while enhancing the zone's appeal to potential investors. Earlier this year, the State Executive Council approved 1 billion naira management fund scheme. This initiative was approved for the Bank of Industry. It is an idea to reduce the hardship we have encountered. But I will tell you today that this initiative is called revolving loan facility designed to improve access to affordable credit for micro, small, and medium enterprises across the state. Beneficiaries will access loans with tenure ranging from 1 to 5 years, including a moratorium of up to 1 year at an interest rate of just 9% per annum. This is a deliberate intervention to stimulate local enterprise, generate jobs, and drive inclusive economic growth. Pursuant to our goal to initiate reforms in response to the yearnings and aspirations of our people, this administration signed several laws, executive bills, into law, including but not limited to the following. You have the records, but I just want to highlight these ones. Delta State Polytechnic and Regional Planning Law 2024, Delta State Film and Censor Board Law 2024, Registration and Regulation of Private Veterinary Clinic Amendment Law 2024, Delta State College of Health Technology Uvrude Law 2024, Delta State Structures for Signage and Advertisement Agency Amendment Law 2024, Delta State Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Law 2024, Delta State Human Trafficking Prohibition Law 2024, and Delta State Electricity Power Sector Law 2024. I want to briefly comment on the Delta State Electricity Power Sector Law. This law holds bright prospects for improving power generation in the state, with all the implications this has for the rapid industrialization, as well as the operational efficiency of small businesses and the informal sector. As I noted during the signing ceremony, this law has provided a legal framework to unlock a plethora of investment opportunities in our power generation, transmission, and distribution in the states. Public-private partnership initiative in the agriculture to boost production and food security. The state government has entered a public-private partnership agreement with a private sector operating to support dry season farming to cultivate crops like cassava, maize, vegetables, and greenhouse cultivation. Have approved an initial $1.165 billion to kickstart the pilot programs in Aviara, Isoko local government area, and Umutu Ukwani local government area. Additional funding will follow as the activities of the initiative scale up. This move is essential to ensuring year-round agricultural productivity, enhancing food security, and supporting livelihoods in our rural communities. Carbon Credit Initiative. Delta State has signed a memorandum of understanding with Selective Capital and 8 Vasa UK-based entities to implement a blue carbon partnership. This project focuses on the conservation of over 270 hectares of mangroves and sea grass, critical to our ecosystem and climate resilience. Registered with Vera, the world's largest carbon registry. This project will, among other things, achieve the following: generate about 4,500 direct jobs and numerous indirect jobs opportunities, provide economic benefits through carbon credit sales for the states and coastal communities, promoting regenerative agriculture and biocoal production, serve as a neutral shield against coastal erosion and flooding, as well as enhancing local environment for the benefit of residents. This innovative partnership places Delta State at the forefront of sustainable development and climate action in Nigeria. Federal government collaboration. We continue to actively engage with the federal government to attract impactful development initiatives to our state, to ensure seamless collaborations. I have designated executive officers to interface with relevant federal government agencies and actively facilitate the attraction of all applicable federal government initiatives to Delta State. I am pleased to inform this Honorable House that Delta State has been listed among the beneficiaries of the second phase of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone initiative of the federal government and the African Development Bank. Additionally, we have indicated our interest in participating in the Federal Livestock Development Program, a transformative program aimed at modernizing livestock production from cattle and poultry to piggery and rabbitry, while integrating value chain processing and marketing. This comprehensive suite of economic programs and physical intervention reflects our steadfast commitment to building a stronger, more inclusive, and resilient Delta State economy. Together, we are laying the foundation for sustainable prosperity and opportunity for all Deltans. Conclusion. In conclusion, I want to say that the achievements I have highlighted in this report are but a tip of the iceberg. Owing to obvious time and space constraints, it is not possible or practicable to catalog all that we have achieved in this address. Rest assured that the MORE agenda is on full throttle. We still have more milestones to reach, but I'm proud of the progress we have made vis-a-vis the challenges we have had to cope with. I want to thank Mr. Speaker, the honorable members, for the excellent relationship that exists between this House and the executive. We could not have achieved the much we have done without the support and cooperation that exists between both arms of government. I consider myself blessed to have a legislature that is truly committed to partnering with the executive to achieve its goals and objectives. The relationship between this House and my office has been characterized by trust, mutual understanding, transparency, and accountability. At this juncture, I want to briefly comment on the consolidated legislative salary structure, or popularly called CONLES. As a former speaker who has presided over this House for over 6 years, I believe in the new salary scale that owing to the introduction of a new minimum wage, this administration needed to do its due diligence before taking a position. It is my pleasure to announce today that I approve the payment of CONLES with effect from June 2025. You know, you don't clap in this chamber.
Order.
You don't clap.
Order.
So, I want to appreciate the workers and their leaders for their patience, understanding, and support. I believe in dialogue. I don't believe in confrontation. If we have gone through confrontation, we will not be able to achieve it. My profound gratitude also goes to members of the Delta State Executive Council and all political appointees for their sacrifice, diligence, and commitment to the development programs as captured in the MORE agenda. I urge you to remain resolute in our mission to build Delta State of our dreams for current and future generations. Let me also use this opportunity to appreciate the civil service establishment for their contribution towards the successful implementation of our policies and programs. The civil service is the major implementing agency of government, and I must say, with all sense of responsibility, that I've enjoyed the support and cooperation of the civil servants. The organized labor deserved commendation for the harmonious relationship that exists between it and the government. I trust that this partnership is stronger. Finally, I want to appreciate our traditional rulers, religious leaders, opinion leaders, students, and all Deltans and residents in the state for their prayers, support, cooperation, and encouragement. By now, it should be obvious to even the casual observer that it is no longer business as usual. This administration is irrevocably committed to delivering democracy dividends in a timely, cost-efficient manner. Hence, I solicit continued cooperation of all to make use of the government hotlines to report any incident of shoddy or substandard jobs, because this administration is all about open and transparent government. I urge all Deltans, especially in Warri Federal Constituency, to remain calm and law-abiding as the issue arising from the INEC ward delineation are being handled by the relevant federal authorities. I decided to say this here. I'm a Warri boy. I grew up in Warri. When it should happen like this, you will take your time to observe. And the federal government is already handling it. What do you want me as a governor? Some people have made some kind of statement. You don't make statement like that. So when they make statements, they should know my kind of person. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm governor for all Deltans. Whether you are Shekiri, you are Ijo, you are Isoko, you are Urobo, you are Nyoma, I love all of you. I appeal to all of you to be guided in your utterances and shun any actions that may undermine the peace and security of the state. I think I have spoken. Because people want to hear me, and I have spoken. I also use this opportunity to reaffirm my commitment to a strong, united, peaceful, and prosperous Delta State. I am, and I will continue to be a governor for all Deltans. My mission to advance Delta State is unshakable. The strategic goals remain to enhance inclusive and sustainable economic growth and private sector job creation, strengthening the human capital, enabling infrastructure, governance, and capability system for excellent service delivery. These are the promises I made to Deltans. And by God's grace and guidance, they shall all be accomplished. Thank you for your time and attention. God bless Delta State. God bless all of us.
Your Excellency, you may proceed to lay the State of the State address. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that wonderful State of the State address on all your activities in Delta State. Your Excellency, for your sake, I will just pardon management staff and all those who clap at the course of His Excellency's State of the State address. And let me also warn that in the floor of this hallowed chamber, you don't use your phones. Some respected leaders have been continually using their phone, but I will only use one person. Only one person as an example. Sergeant at Arm, please, and she is supposed to be aware that she is to put her phone on silence. Sergeant at Arm, please collect the phone from the board member in the State House of Assembly Service Commission who has been using her phone. She's from Brutal local government, I guess. Please collect the phone from her. And all other leaders that were using their phone, your phones were obstructing the activities of this assembly. Anytime you're coming to Delta State House of Assembly, please, you are respected and well-respected leaders. Please, switch off your phone when you're coming to the hallowed chambers of Delta State House of Assembly, please. Let us be guided. Leader of the House, please move motion to receive the State of the State address by His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State.
Thank you, my very amiable and indefatigable Speaker. Very distinguished colleagues, I move that this Honorable House do now receive the State of the State address as well presented by His Excellency the Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Orokwedo Oborowori, the Governor of Delta State. I so move.
Member representing Bomandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Honorable Engineer Kenneth Oboropriya is my name. I represent the very hospitable people of Bomandi State Constituency in this hallowed chamber. Mr. Speaker, I rise in my place this morning to ably second the motion as moved by the Leader of the House. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion as moved by the Leader of the House and seconded by the member representing Bomandi State Constituency, that this Honorable House do now receive the State of the State address as presented by His Excellency the Governor of our dear state. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, the fourth order on the order paper is motion of thanks and vote of confidence on His Excellency the Governor of Delta State. The Deputy Speaker to move.
Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the speaking Speaker. I am Right Honorable Olorogo Atuakpo Esquire. I represent the hospitable people of Ethiopia State Constituency. I move that the Honorable House hereby expresses immense thanks to His Excellency, Right Honorable Dr. Elder Sheriff Orokwedo Francis Oboyewori, Governor of Delta State, for the presentation of the State address and pass a vote of confidence on His Excellency, Right Honorable Dr. Elder Francis Sheriff Oboyewori, Governor of Delta State, for his transparency and accountability in the administration of the state. I beg to move.
Member representing Nowhere.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Edafe Emakbo. I represent the good people of Uwe. I rise in my place this morning to second the motion ably moved by the Deputy Speaker. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion, as moved by the Deputy Speaker and seconded by the member representing Uwe State Constituency, that this Honorable House express immense thanks to His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Orokweda Oborowori, Governor of Ade State, for the presentation of the state address and a vote of confidence, implicit confidence, on the governor for his transparency and accountability in the administration of the state. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Your Excellency, on behalf of members of the Delta State House of Assembly, I want to thank you for your giant strides, all that you have been doing for Deltons, and just the approval that you have just done for the Delta State House of Assembly staff, the call list you just approved. I want to thank you sincerely for that. Your Excellency, I must confess that as Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly and as a presiding officer of the Delta State House of Assembly, I am indeed grateful because this is happening in my time as the Speaker of Delta State House of Assembly. I know you are a non-sitting member, the 30th member of this house, and you are a key stakeholder in this house. But I must confess that this did not happen in your own time. It did not happen in the time of previous speakers, and it's happening in my own time. I want to thank you immensely for that which you have done for Delta State House of Assembly staff. I must confess that when you get, by the end of this sitting, when you get outside, you will see the rousing ovation for you, Your Excellency. I can hear the sound while I'm seated here. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Thank you, and God bless you. Sergeant at hand, please lower the mace. Your Excellency, you have opportunity to exchange pleasantry with your brothers as you will be conducted around the house by the leader of the house. And after that, Your Excellency and your entourage may wish to take your leave.
time they will cut us off. All right. Before the time they will cut us off. Are we on? Standing. You heard the members of the House commending the governor on account of his brilliant management of resources, the accountability he has displayed in the last 2 years, which is why he has been able to ensure that all these projects and programs have been executed very, very swiftly. I'm very, very proud to be associated with him, and I'm happy about the different milestones, even as we look forward to greater days ahead in the next 2 years of this term of his administration. He has been able to catalog the many milestones mentioned in the course of the commencement of this address, that this is the maiden edition of this program. No government in the past have had cause to address the people of the state in what is called the State of the State address. He believed that the people have a say and that the people are represented by members of the House of Assembly. Many projects, but because we needed to work in just 2 hours, the number of projects that we did not catalog today, and I'm sure you yourself who have been following us know that there are many communities where we have projects that we didn't bother to list. So that's how it has been, my brother. Thank you very much. No interview. I will do a stand-up.
As did the appropriation, His Excellency today deemed it fit that it is necessary to tell Deltans, it is necessary to tell the House. The House is a composition of the entire Delta State.
Attention on. Can you just identify some of the area and going forward to these 2 years of his administration?
Yeah, you are the one saying more areas that the more agenda needs to attend to. I don't know the areas you have identified. I know very well that His Excellency has done excellently well and is doing well in all areas, all sectors. He's going to do more. He's the governor of more, and he has promised the Deltans that he will do more, and more is in the offings in the next 2 years of this administration for Deltans.
Thank you very much. The live transmission from House of Assembly here in Delta State of the governor's stewardship in the past 2 years on the saddle of governance in this oil-rich state. And of course, he has itemized all he has achieved. What he has done with the money received, and of course, the direction he intends to go and the direction he went to. And he actually talked about the challenges he faced, just like the security challenges. But at the end, he has called his administration very high, and which the House of Assembly actually alluded to, that he has performed very well in the past 24 months of his administration. So from the House of Assembly in Delta State here, we are signing out this live broadcast, and hopefully we'll have more of these in the coming years.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
In the few hours from now?
Right now, as we speak, for the treaty, the reaffirming declaration document that is going to be signed today, that's going to take place in the next 1 hour. Later on in the afternoon, there will be a ceremony at Eco Hotels and Suites where all the presidents and delegates would be present to have several conversations towards how the African continent can actually progress and improve in the years to come. But this morning, as we speak, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is the host country, is on ground, and other presidents from 12 other countries are also around as we speak, and they're about to sign the document to reaffirm the commitment of their member countries towards the progress of ECOWAS. You would remember that we have 3 other countries that have actually left ECOWAS, which is Niger. We also have Mali and Burkina Faso. They are not under the government right now. Right now, as we speak, we know that those 3 countries, we have military authority that have taken over leadership in those countries. So as we speak right now, in some few minutes' time now, they will sign the document reaffirming their commitment towards ECOWAS.
All right, we'll keep a tab on you on this latest development. Our correspondent live for us in Lagos, Sharon Ejason. We appreciate the updates there. Well, let's return to our earlier story where the Minister of Education, Tunji Alawasa, says the ministry is reviewing the Universal Basic Education Commission Act to ensure that basic education is repositioned to provide quality education that meets the country's development goals. Mayawa Okwato reports.
This quarterly meeting is themed on assessed and unutilized matching grants by the states, Nigerian child at the receiving end. At this meeting, the Benue State Governor highlights his administration achievements. Through innovation and strategic reform, Governor Alia talks about the commitment in revamping the basic education sector and restoring the dignity of teachers, pointing out that the ongoing recruitment of 9,700 teachers in the state and the immediate implementation of 75,000 naira minimum wage. He calls on participants to cross-fertilize ideas that would facilitate the development of basic schools across the country.
We have moved from rhetoric to results by aligning decisively with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda through the strategic reforms and visible investment in basic education.
The Federal Minister of Education also commits to increased advocacy for quality-based education, which he noted was a fundamental right of every Nigerian child.
The ongoing effort to review the Universal Basic Education Act 2024 have gained momentum following a recent public hearing organized by the National Assembly.
UBEC is undertaking several reforms. One of them is the introduction of revision of the UBE matching grant formula.
On our part, the Executive Chairman, Benue State Universal Basic Education Board, Grace Adagba, appreciated Governor Alia for supporting the board to achieve the success it recorded within 2 years and promised to ensure improved quality of learning at the basic education level in Benue State.
We hope that this meeting will not only foster the exchange of best practices across states, but also strengthen our collective resolve to ensure that no Nigerian child is left behind due to bureaucratic bottlenecks.
She also thanked the Federal Ministry of Education and Universal Basic Education Commission for choosing Benue State as a destination for this year's meeting with Chairman of SUBEB. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News, Makodi.
Well, let's take you now to Edo State, where the governor, Monday Okweolu, wants children across the state to embrace education and dream big. Well, speaking at Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium during this year's Children's Day celebration, the governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment, to supporting children toward a brighter future. Valentin Osumbo reports.
Recognizing the roles of children in national development, Governor Okweolu will continue to demonstrate his commitment to inspiring young minds across the state. Since assuming office, he has prioritized quality education and student welfare, creating an environment where children can thrive. At Ogbemudia Stadium, he presented 2 buses to winners of the Governor's Cup, both male and female category.
Congratulations to you. Today, we celebrate your energy, your dream, and your hope you bring to our future. I also want to remind you from my heart to always choose the right path. Say no to cultism and anything that can harm your future.
A day that not only honors the vibrant spirit of our children, but affirms our collective responsibility to protect, nurture, and empower them. Our state theme, Adult Children, Our Future, Our Responsibility, serves as a powerful reminder that the duty of raising secure, confident, and capable children is one that we all share.
For the children, the gesture will motivate them to aim higher and achieve success in all their careers.
I feel excited seeing, first of all, the gaming activities and to see the governor face to face today.
The celebration featured a variety of activities, from football matches to a colorful march past. Students with special need were also proudly represented.
I've been hearing what he's doing. Yes, I thank him. He has been doing good based on education sectors and all. But I am still asking him to come to the special schools to meet us. People like we now, we know our needs, that he should come, so that he should come and meet us, so that he ask us what our needs, so we can say what we want.
Beyond infrastructure, Governor Okpebholo is focused on building a generation of successful, well-rounded students. Valentine Osumbo, TVC News, Benin.
And to Imo State, where the wife of the state governor, Chioma Uzodinma, says the government is committed to child welfare and educational development. And speaking of this year's Children's Day celebration in Owerri, Mrs. Uzodinma urged the children to embrace discipline, patriotism and self-belief, as the government is committed to their well-being. And she has advised the children to shun social vices but strive for excellence through hard work and integrity.
Here in Imo State, we are working joyfully to make your world even more wonderful, where every child feels valued and loved. As proud children of our beautiful state, I encourage you to continue being amazing, kind to your friends, respectful to your parents and teachers, and always ready to help others with a smile. Do you know what's truly exciting? Every single one of you has the power to make the world brighter and better. Your fresh ideas, innocent wisdom, and genuine hearts.
You're still on to TVC Midday News. We have more stories after this break. Stay with us.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Experience information and entertainment like never before as TVC Breakfast takes your weekends to a whole new level. Introducing TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, your ultimate source of thrilling sports updates, insightful political analysis, and captivating entertainment news. Stay in the know with what's trending, catch up with the latest in sports, and immerse yourself in the latest buzz from the world of music and movies. Your weekends are no longer just days off, but moments packed with knowledge, excitement, and enjoyment. TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, only on TVC News.
Meet Benga Oreshegun, a fearless voice and an advocate for the truth. He's bringing fresh energy and bold insights to Journalists Hangout.
Get ready for deeper analysis and dynamic perspectives. Join me and Babajide Kolade Otitoju with other veteran journalists on Journalists Hangout. Weekdays from 5 p.m. and on Sundays, 1:30 p.m.
Well, if you just joined us, you're watching TVC Midday News. Now, in a bid to strengthen Nigeria's grassroots economy, the Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to building an agriculturally driven and inclusive economy. Senior reporter Ademola Lawrence has more on this.
In a significant move towards economic empowerment in Nigeria's northern region,
Women from Borno and Zamfara states have unified to form a cooperative society that prioritizes financial inclusion, agricultural development, and entrepreneurial support. This initiative seeks to offer market women and farmers enhanced access to credit, training, and trade networks, ultimately boosting their capacity to grow their business and contribute to national economic output. According to stakeholders, market women play a vital role in Nigeria's informal economy, especially in the north, where they make up a substantial share of smallholder farmers and traders.
This convention is to foster economic growth in the businesses in Nigeria. We, the marketmen and women, are the economic builders. We are the one building the economy of any nation, and the nation Nigeria cannot survive without economy boosters like us. We are the microeconomy policy makers in the market space, and we are the one boosting the growth and development of economic policies in Nigeria.
If that this program is necessary for the growth of Nigeria, we also believe that it's not just an association. We are actually building better Nigeria from the grassroots, from the local government. It's all about coming together and sharing the vision, understanding what we need to do to push trade higher. The president spoke about empowering the women.
The convention also had in attendance the Minister of Women Affairs, who reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to build an agricultural-driven and inclusive economy.
Agriculture, women are over 70% of smallholder farmers, but most of them are earning pennies. The mandate given to me by His Excellency is to ensure that we build entrepreneurs, agro-entrepreneurs, women that are actually farming and making money, putting money in women's hands. As the First Lady will say, Her Excellency, Senator Oluwem, that is our goal, to empower women, to build women's economic power, to activate the potentials of women to the 100% capacity.
They can do the business, but they don't have the wherewithal to stand such business. And she said that this association will come in to fill the gap, to help them with importation. And some persons that can sell clothes and shoes, and they have people that can support them to import that, they would have taken care of their problem.
The women and the farmers of Borno and Zamfara are leading the charge in transforming Nigeria's economic future, one cooperative at a time. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, in other news now, the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs, Bashir Adekunle Adeniyi, says the agency is expanding its role beyond border security and revenue collection by reaching out